In the digital age, no story truly stays lost in the woods. We venture into the wilderness to disconnect, to escape the constant glow of our screens and the noise of the world. But we bring our phones with us, and sometimes those phones capture something that was never meant to be seen by civilization. A single photograph, a frantic video clip, a terrified post to an online forum can escape the canopy of ancient trees and spread like wildfire across the internet, infecting millions with a shared second-hand terror. A private nightmare becomes a public mystery. Tonight, we're not just venturing into the deep woods, we're diving into the digital rabbit hole of 3 true encounters that did just that. These are stories that were so chilling, so compelling, they broke free from their isolated origins and went viral, leaving a permanent, terrifying mark on internet culture.
No, you didn't!
Our first story is the genesis of a modern folklore phenomenon. It's an account that originated as a simple post on social media, but was so primally terrifying, it spawned countless imitations and an entire subgenre of backwoods horror. It is the original encounter with what the internet now calls a not deer. The story was first posted by a user recounting a tale their father had told them about growing up deep in the Appalachian mountains. The father had passed down a set of chillingly simple rules for surviving in the deep woods. The most important of which was, if you hear something calling for help, no you didn't. You keep your head down and you walk away. One evening, as a young man, the father was hunting near a dense, remote part of the forest as dusk began to settle. He was packing up his gear when he heard it. A woman's voice, cutting through the silence of the woods, screaming, "Help! Let me go!" Its front legs were bent backwards at the knee, like a bird's. Its movements were jerky and unnatural, its head cocked at an angle that suggested a broken neck. It walked with a stiff, uncoordinated gait, as if it were a puppet being controlled by an unskilled master. But its eyes were the worst part. They were too large, too round, and they held a terrifying, knowing intelligence. They darted back and forth, not like a prey animal, but like a hunter scanning the woods. The young man lay frozen in terror, watching this biological impossibility. And then, the deer opened its mouth, and from its throat came the clear, piercing scream of the woman. "Somebody, please help me!" It was a perfect mimicry, a lure, a predator that had evolved to use the sound of human compassion as its hunting call. It was using the voice of a victim to create a victim. The man stayed hidden, not daring to breathe, until the creature finally limped its way across the clearing and disappeared back into the darkness of the woods. He never knew what that thing was, only that it wore the skin of a deer, but was something else entirely. When this story was posted online, it exploded. It went viral because it tapped into a deep, primal fear, the fear of a predator that is not just physically dangerous, but intelligent, cunning, and deceptive. It gave birth to countless other stories of not deer and other mimics, creatures that blur the line between animal and something far, far worse, forever changing the way a generation of internet users would hear a strange sound in the woods. Sometimes, the evidence that goes viral isn't a story, but a single terrifying image. Our second encounter comes from a deer lease near Berwick, Louisiana, in 2010. It's a story told not through words, but through a series of chilling, time-stamped photographs captured by an unattended trail camera. A hunter, whose identity remains anonymous, had set up a new motion-activated trail camera deep in the swampy, remote woods. These cameras are a common tool used to track game. They sit silently for weeks, capturing candid snapshots of the natural world. When the hunter returned to check the camera's SD card, he expected to find pictures of deer, raccoons, maybe a wild hog. What he found instead would become one of the most hotly debated and terrifying pieces of found footage in paranormal history. The series of photos, posted to a hunting forum, quickly went viral. The first image, time-stamped late at night, is of a single deer. It's a normal, unassuming picture. The second image, taken just moments later, shows the same deer, but its head is now snapped up, its body tensed, and its eyes are wide with terror, staring back into the darkness. It is clearly fleeing from something just out of frame. For the next few hours, the camera captures nothing. Then, in the pre-dawn hours, the motion sensor is triggered again. The photo is blurry, but it shows something in the background. Something tall, pale, and thin, moving between the trees. Then comes the final, horrifying sequence. The next photo is clearer. The thing has moved closer. It is on all fours, but its limbs are impossibly long and thin, like a spider's. Its skin is pale, almost translucent, stretched tight over a skeletal frame. It has no discernible features, except for two large, brightly glowing white eyes. It is crawling, contorting its body in a way that is profoundly unnatural. It looks like a creature that has just crawled out of a nightmare. The next photo, taken seconds later, is a close-up. The creature has noticed the infrared flash of the camera. It has stopped crawling and is now rearing up slightly, its glowing eyes staring directly into the lens. It seems to be aware, intelligent. The final photograph is the one that has been burned into the minds of millions online. It is an extreme, distorted close-up. The creature's face is pressed directly against the camera lens. We see a lipless mouth, a gape in what looks like a silent scream. We see the texture of its pale, waxy skin. And we see those two huge, white, luminous eyes boring into the viewer. And then, nothing. The photos stop. The hunter reported that when he found the camera, it had been smashed to pieces, the casing shattered as if by a powerful blow. The photos went viral, sparking a massive debate. Was it a cleverly fabricated hoax? A person in a costume? Or had this hunter's trail camera accidentally captured proof of an unknown, terrifying predator that stalks the swamps of Louisiana? Whatever it is, the sequence of photos tells a chilling, self-contained story of a deer, its hunter, and the moment the hunter became the hunted. Our final story is not about a creature or a mimic. It's about a place so strange and so viscerally terrifying. It compelled a man to document it, go back to it, and then vanish from the face of the earth. This is the viral mystery of Kenny Veach and the M Cave. In 2014, a 47-year-old experienced solo hiker from Nevada named Kenny Veach posted a comment on a YouTube video. In the comment, he described a bizarre experience he had while hiking near Nellis Air Force Base in the vast, empty Mojave Desert. He wrote that he had found a cave. Its entrance was shaped like a perfect capital letter M. As he approached it, he said his entire body began to vibrate. A low-frequency hum seemed to emanate from the cave's entrance. A vibration so intense, it made his teeth ache and his bones feel like they were resonating. He was overcome with a wave of pure, instinctual, primal fear. He felt, in his own words, that the cave was telling him to get away, that something terrible would happen if he entered. He was an experienced adventurer who had explored countless caves and mines, but this was different. He fled, filled with a dread he had never known. His comment section exploded. People were fascinated. Many were skeptical, challenging him, calling him a liar. Goaded by the online comments, Kenny decided he would prove it. On his own YouTube channel, he posted a short video titled M Cave Hike, announcing his intention to relocate the cave and document it properly. He said this time he would be bringing a 9mm pistol for protection. On November 10th, 2014, Kenny Veach set out on his second hike, a solo journey back into the unforgiving Mojave to find the M Cave. He told his family he would be gone for one night. He never returned. His story went viral. A massive search effort was launched by authorities and volunteer hikers who had been following his story online. After a week of searching, they found his single cell phone lying on the ground near the entrance to an old, abandoned mine shaft. But there was no sign of Kenny. No backpack, no gun, no water bottle. And the mine shaft was not the M-shaped cave he had described. To this day, Kenny Veach has never been found. His disappearance has become a modern internet mystery, a chilling tale of a man who documented his own journey into the unknown and never came out. What was the M Cave? Was it a strange geological formation with a natural resonant frequency? Was it a hidden military installation? Or was it something else? Something ancient and intelligent that issued a warning Kenny ignored. The comment section of his last video now serves as a digital tombstone, filled with thousands of comments from people around the world, still speculating, still wondering what truly happened to the man who went looking for a mysterious cave in the desert and found an eternity of silence. A story that becomes folklore, a series of photos that become a legend, a digital footprint that leads to a disappearance. 3 true encounters, all born in the wild, but now forever immortalized in the digital world. They are a terrifying reminder that even in our modern age of constant connection, there are still places in the deep woods and empty deserts that hold ancient, terrifying secrets. And sometimes, when we try to bring those secrets back into the light, they pull us into the darkness instead. What do you think is really hiding in the deep, unexplored forests of the world? Share your theories or your own true encounters in the comments below. And if you appreciate these deep dives into true, viral mysteries, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content from the edge of the unknown. Thank you for watching.
Prince of Darkness.